everybody, welcome to Triathlon Tips Live. This is Coach John Slocum, and I own a company called jscoachingsystems.com, and I come to you guys every week with on-demand video on YouTube at Triathlon Tips with Coach John, and I want to welcome everybody here on both YouTube and on Facebook. I'm looking forward to having a great live stream with you guys, talking tonight specifically on how to make your New Year's resolution a success. Now, this is kind of a funny, interesting subject, and I've kind of looked around and I kind of checked out and found some great, maybe not so great, but kind of funny New Year's resolutions that people have made in the past. That if you make these type of resolutions, they may or may not work out for you. So if you're watching live, get ready to go. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you post down below and leave your comments on this, and I will come back and talk to each and every one of you on your comments if you have any questions on how to make your New Year's resolution a success. So with that said, let's get going on our stream. Okay, so what I want to talk to you guys about first is these New Year's resolutions, and they're kind of interesting. How about this one for you? I'm resolved to stop procrastinating. For the last 6 years, it's been the same resolution. Yeah, stop procrastinating. You're a procrastinator. Can't do it. How about this one? Buy every 2022 calendar and burn them. What a horrible resolution. You know why? Because their goal in this is to just take 2022 and throw caution to the wind, and whatever comes. That just isn't going to work. But it is kind of a funny New Year's resolution. Now, what about this one? How about stop lying to myself that I will do my New Year's resolution? Hey, what an easy resolution to be to do a good job with. You can hit this one with no problem whatsoever. That one right there says you're going to stop lying to yourself so you can do your New Year's resolution. So you're going to make a New Year's resolution already knowing that you're gonna fail. No good. Now it's not a good one. How about this one? I'm gonna do so much yoga that it justifies yoga pants. Well, you know, I say sometimes that yoga pants are not supposed to be worn in public, but this is a good one here. But what it says though is that you're going to overdo it. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna just overdo it, and you're gonna burn out on that one. How about this one? Even worse. This one I've actually heard people say this one. I'm going to go to the gym every single day, and they sign up and they pay their gym money and they go to the gym, and it doesn't last because it's an unrealistic resolution. We do not want to have unrealistic resolutions. I got to point the wrong way to make it come up on the screen. Yep. You know, 75% of all people in the United States are going to make a New Year's resolution. How you structure that resolution is what we're going to talk to tonight, and how you make it a success, because 80% of all people to make a New Year's resolution fail the New Year's resolution by the February. 80% fail by the end of February. You don't want to be one of those 80% that don't make it through the resolutions. So plus, if you want to make a comment, you can put the comment into the comment screens, and I will get to those, and I will, in the order that they're going to be in, I'll have a really good time. We can have a really good time with questions and answers on how to make this work. Do you know 80% fail by the end of February? And get this, 92% of Americans fail their New Year's resolution by the end of the year. There's a reason why this happens. And it happens because we're not ready to go. We're not going to make a New Year's resolution that is reasonable and don't have a plan to make it implemented. So, a couple of other ones that I see constantly are, I'm going to eat better, or I'm going to be more active. How hard is that? You know, person goes out, I'm going to eat better. They go to the grocery store. They go buy a couple of organic items. They stay away from the middle of the store. Stay away from the middle of the store. That's where the bad stuff is. You got to go around the edges. They get some good quality food. They don't know how to prepare it. They don't know how to get a balanced diet, and it tastes terrible. They feel like they're eating grass, and they give up on it really, really fast because all they said is, I'm going to eat better. They didn't have a plan. Or I'm going to be more active. What does that mean? Does that mean you're going to get up and turn the channel on the television set instead of use the remote control? Yeah, more active. Vague, vague, vague. Impossible to get a grasp on what you really, really mean and what you really, really want out of your New Year's resolution. So what we got to do is we got to look at that and say, I'm going to be more active. And a lot of people, like I said, the person says they want to go to the gym. They want to go to gym every day, or they want to do so much yoga that they justify yoga pants. Well, they go to the gym, they walk in, they see all this equipment. It looks like a bunch of cyborgs. They look around, they find the most buff looking guy that's on the leg machine, or he's doing pull-ups, he's doing all these things, and they go, that's the guy I'm going to emulate. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do whatever he does. I'm going to follow right behind him and do what he does, and I'm going to do it every day. This is going to be great. You go in there and you get on that machine, and you get on the leg machine, and you look at, he's got all these plates on there, and he's pushing that thing like crazy. Well, you can't even move it, so you get it down, but you get as much weight as you can move, and you sit there and you push as hard as you can. You pump the weights, you grab the barbells, you're doing the curls, you're doing all this stuff, and you're in the gym for an hour. And you come out and you say, that was great. I really feel wonderful. Let me head on home. And you go on home and you sit down and you relax in front of the TV set, and you go to bed, and you wake up the next morning, and what do you have? Boom. Delayed onset muscle soreness, or better known as DOMS. And what that is your body, when you're exercising, is going to take and kill cells. Yep. You're not getting stronger when you work out. You're getting weaker. So your body's killing cells, and your body now has to take those cells that it's killed, and it's got to get the toxins out of the system. It's got to get the dead cells out of the system and move that out to make room for new cells. But you know what? You've overdone it. You've made so many dead cells. Your body's not ready for it. Your cardiovascular system can't move enough blood through the capillaries to get those toxins out, and you end up with, let's see here. Let's see if I can do it right. Whoop, right there. Yep. You end up with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. And we do not want to have delayed onset muscle soreness. And if you're in the chat, hey, if you're in there, throw me a chat in there. Just say, hi, I'm here. I see there's a few people in here. Say, hi, I'm here. Just throw that out there. Say, hi, I'm here. I'd love to hear and see who's in the chat. I can't see who you are until you put something in the chat. So what we want to do now is we want to take a look at how to avoid DOMS and how to make that New Year's resolution a success. And I've built a bunch of bullet points here that I'm going to bring up on the screen, and we're going to talk about for a couple minutes on how to get you guys out there on the road to a success, and you're part of the 8% that is successful at the end of the year, and not part of the 92% that don't make it, or the 20% that don't even make it through the end of February. So we want to make it through the end of February. That's going to be a goal we're going to set. So how do we do that? Is your New Year's resolution going to go to the gym and work out every day? You know what? It really shouldn't be. You're actually not in shape and ready to do that kind of thing. One of the things I see and I hear all the time is, when I was back in the day, I was able to run a 5K in 20 minutes or less, and I was able to push on the leg machine. I was able to do 450 pounds. And when I was playing football in high school, we would run laps around that field, and I would run 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles. Or if I was running cross country, we'd go out there and I'd run a cross country race in 17 minutes. Or, hey, you're not that person anymore. That person is no longer in existence. You are a new person now. And this is a new year you're coming into, and you're making a resolution to become a new person. not the old person. So what you want to do more than anything is you want to start slow. You want to do that because you want to be able to build confidence and build self-discipline. What do I mean by start slow? I mean start by doing something small every other day, not every day. You want to avoid delayed onset muscle soreness because you know what happens the second day of DOMS? It's worse. And the third day, it's about the same as the first. And by the fourth day, you've totally, completely forgotten what you were doing, and your self-confidence is shot. You have no discipline on what you were doing, and you're not going to be one of the successful ones. You'll be immediately one of that 20% that drops out right off the bat. So what we want to do is we want to start slow and gradually build. There's a 10% rule, 10% more every week. So we want to start slow and build confidence. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is number 2 is do your workouts by time. Set yourself up a block of time. Say you're going to go out and you're going to do a walk or you're going to do a run, and you're going to set this block of time of 20 or 25 minutes. Go as far as you can in that length of time. Don't set up, I'm going to go out and do a mile, because you know what? Right off the bat at the beginning, that mile might be just too much. So do it by time, not by distance. Do it by time as a swim or a bike workout. If you're doing spin or if you're doing a swim, make sure you're doing it by time. If you jump into a spin class, don't expect to go in there and be as strong as the people who are in there who have been doing it all the time. Set it by time. Jump into a spin class. Know that you're only going to spin for 15 minutes. Though the class is an hour, you're only going to go for 15 minutes. So you're going to get in there, you're going to do the warm-up, you're going to go for another 10 or 12 minutes, and you're going to jump out of the class. Don't feel the temptation to have to be in that class the full hour, because you're going to end up with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. We do not want to have that happen. Now, the next step to being a successful New Year's resolution is have a plan for the workout before you start. Don't just say, I'm going to go to the gym. I have my time. I'm going to get there. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out for 20 minutes. Walk in and stare at that giant set of cyborgs in front of you, the machines. Know what you're going in to do. Do some research. I'm going to have an offer at the end of this, my last point, on to help you, very inexpensively help you guys to be able to jump in there and have a great workout and be able to build through using all of these points all the way through. Get ready for it. It's coming. So have a plan of what your workout's going to be before you jump into your workout. Got to keep checking so one of these days I'm going to end up with a nice setup and an extra monitor so I can keep the chat open at all times. So if I stop and look, it's because I'm jumping over and looking in the chat and seeing if you guys have jumped in and thrown me a question or two that I can answer as we go along the way. Don't hesitate to throw a question in there, because the only dumb question is one that doesn't get asked. So go ahead and jump in there and ask a question, no matter what it is. I will be more than happy to help you out. I'm hoping that this is bringing you some really great information, because that's what I do on my YouTube channel and through my live coaching and through my coaching online, is try to bring you great information that you can use to build your self-confidence, build your discipline, and build your training plan. Okay, step number 4 is have a goal. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the one that gets a lot of people. Have a goal, but never, ever, ever should that goal be weight driven. Never have a goal of, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to lose 40 pounds. Never, ever, ever set your goal by your weight. You want to make a lifestyle change. You want to be very specific about what your goal is. What is your goal? Is to get more healthy, drop your blood pressure, drop your cholesterol, drop your body composition size. Great way to do this. Sign up for a race. My goal is I want to run a 5K in March. I want to do a sprint triathlon in April. I want to do a marathon in October. Set a goal, and one of the best ways to get to that goal is sign up for it. Put your treasure where your mind is. When you pay out the money, you're gonna get it done. Now, the next one, number 5 on our hit parade. Let me see if we have any comments yet. Guys, don't forget, jump right in with some comments if you're out there. I know you're there. I can see the numbers in the corner of the screen. Okay, so remember that when you are starting out and you're getting this thing going, that a walk run or walk to run, walk to a walk run to a run is just fine. No one, don't worry about hecklers. Don't worry about people who say you can't do this. Don't worry about proving yourself to the world. You don't have to do that. You need to do what you need to do. Be specific in your training, and don't worry that if you are out there and you're starting to do some running or even on the treadmill, or even if you're jumping on a spin bike or a bicycle, don't hesitate to do these intervals where you're riding at a slower pace and kick it up a little for just a little while and back down. Guys, our goal is to have a successful resolution, and one of the ways to be successful is to gradually build over time. And a walk is just as good as a walk run, is just as good as a run. You're still getting in that work. Plus, when you do a walk or a walk run, you're building your capillary system up so that your capillaries can remove all of the toxins and get that DOMS, that delayed onset muscle soreness, keep that at bay. Guys, it's the way to go. Plus, if you do jump on board with any of my coaching, I base my whole coaching philosophy on that walk run, being able to do your long runs with walking involved all the time. I get feedback from the clients after they do that, and they're like, this is great, but it takes discipline. Remember, we talked about self-discipline earlier. So the next thing you want to do, and this is really, really, really important, is you want to keep a log. Now, there's a couple of different ways to keep a log. You can physically start a book, writing it out in the book, what you've done and how you've done. I kind of like the book idea because it's something physical. You can pick it up and you can read that book and you can look back and you can flip back a page and go, wow, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't even walk around the block without being tired. Now I'm going around the block twice and I'm putting 3 little run intervals into that. You're getting better. You might not feel like you're getting better, but you are each and every step of the way. And the best way to do that is a logbook. Now, what do you put in a logbook? I would start out first by taking measurements of your body. Remember, we are not going to be weight goal oriented. We're going to be body composition oriented. Measure your chest, measure your biceps, measure your hips, measure your belly, measure your quads, measure your calves. Write all those measurements down, because what we want to do is how we're going to lose weight is by building muscle. We're going to take our body and have our body building muscle with the energy we're putting in and not storing it as fat. So what's going to happen is if you have a weight goal, and you do all this training, you're going to build muscle sometimes at a rate faster than you lose fat. So a pound of fat, I've heard people say this, hey, a pound of fat weighs more or weighs less than a pound of muscle. It's not true. They both weigh a pound, but a pound of fat is about that big. A pound of muscle is about that big. Think about how big 1 pound piece of meat would be from the store. That's how much the weight is of a pound, the volume is of a pound of muscle. So what can be happening and what will happen is you'll think that you're not losing any weight. You'll get 2 or 3 or 4 weeks into this thing. If you're weight oriented, you're going to get on a scale and you might actually gain a pound. Did all this work and I gained a pound. What's going on? This is horrible. It's rotten. It's horrible. I can't do it anymore. I quit. No, but if you had taken your measurements ahead of time and you got on that scale and it said you put on a pound and you went out and you did measurements and found out that every single measurement on your body is smaller, that's because your body has burned fat and replaced it with muscle. And the muscle is more dense, but it takes up less space. So losing inches is more important than losing pounds. Now, how often should we get on a scale? How often should we measure? Every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, every other week. Never, ever, ever get on a scale every day. Never measure every day because the results will be very deceiving and your weight can fluctuate through hydration up and down over a day by 1 pound to 2 pounds sometimes. So never get on that scale over and over and over again. If you're getting value from this video, make sure you jump down below and give me a thumbs up. And if you're watching on the replay, do that also. Give me a thumbs up. It helps to spread this video out to all the other places that we could be and get more exposure and get more people healthy in the long run. So now, number 7 on this is going to be allow for recovery. What's that mean? We were talking earlier about your schedule being every other day of working out. That is a really, really good schedule when you start out. You can add another day later on as it goes along, but we want to allow our body to totally recover from the stress that you put it under. And this is going to help you to lose that weight and to get that body tone. And what you're doing is you're allowing your body to adapt to the stress you put it on in the gym or on a bike or running or swimming or whatever you're doing. Now, some people would tell you, no, you have to run every single day. They're wrong. They'll tell you got to go to the gym every single day. They're wrong. You have to allow your body to recover because what you're doing in the gym is you are making your body weaker. You're killing those muscles and your body is going to replace one cell with approximately 1.7 cells. That's why you build muscle, is because your body's replacing a dead cell with more cells. Thus, you get stronger as you're going along. So we have to allow recovery. Another thing in recovery, if you're doing a training session, you want to take within the first half hour after the session, you want to get out there and you want to take some sort of protein in. 18 to 20 grams for a woman, 20 to 22 grams for a man within the first half hour. That kickstarts that job of replacing your cells and getting that recovery going. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to use apps. What do I mean by that? You want to get in there and you want to use apps like the app called Strava, or you can use what I'll talk to you later on about is, I'm going to go ahead and bring this little banner up here and let you see what I'm talking about here, is I'm going to be offering, it's way up here, I'm going to be offering a 10 week for $10 training plan. You can't go wrong. $1 a week to get you guys going in the right direction. 10 weeks in, you're ready. You'll be masters at what you're doing. And no, you won't. You won't be masters, but you'll have an idea of what you're going to be doing to make you a stronger and better athlete. Yes, guess what? When you start doing this, when you walk in that gym the first time, you are an athlete. Excuse me. Now, using an apps like Strava or Training Peaks is what I use with my athletes, and what I would use with this 10 for $10 training plans is Strava. And you're going to use that Strava, or you're going to use the Training Peaks, or you're going to use some other app to track your fitness. Now, you don't need a fancy watch like a Garmin, though it does come in handy. Fitbit or the Vive or any of those other watches out there, it's a good investment if you're going to be jumping in and doing this. It's well worth the money to get some sort of electronic tracking that goes directly from your watch to your app. That way you're getting an update and it's being updated each and every time you do a workout. Jump on the apps, do a little research, but Strava is like, what do we say in the triathlon business and in the biking, swimming, and running business? If it's not on Strava, it never happened. That's number one. It's kind of like a Facebook for athletes. All right. So the next one, and I'm going to do this myself right now, is, hey, you got to stay hydrated. Whether you're doing a live stream or whether you're doing a workout, you got to stay hydrated. And what you use for hydration is good old agua. Water. Water is great. But sometimes it has to be some of the times when you're out there and as you're building up your distances and your time, when you're building up the time you're in the gym, or you're building up the time that you're running or swimming or biking, you're going to need to bump that with an extra thing like a SaltStick electrolytes. Those are great. And what that does is it replaces all of the minerals that are lost in sweat and keeps your body going stronger. So you're going to take, it doesn't have to be SaltStick, but SaltSticks are great. I've been using them since 2017. Could be all the way down to just the Gatorade off the shelf at the store that you can use to replace the electrolytes lost. So we're going to, I forgot to click that. We're going to number 9. We're going to keep hydrated. Got a couple comments coming in. Adria says, good start. What a good start. Interval walking training run as far as timing. Length of the first walks, runs. You want to keep your first walks and runs short. Some of them, like I say, could be a walk around the block. Hey, start off January 1st, that morning, walk around the block, and then gradually build it from there using the 10% rule, never more than 10% more each and every workout. So that's a great one right there. Thank you for the comment there. So let's go back to what we were talking about there. We're talking about keeping hydrated. And now the next is plan your workouts with other people. How to stay motivated. That's another issue right there, is how do you stay motivated to keep working out? If you're doing it by yourself over and over and over again, you need that self-discipline we were talking about in point number 1. But how do you keep that up? Find other like-minded, like-level people to go to the gym with. Actually, even to the gym, you don't even have to be like-level. Just find a like-minded person that wants to go to the gym and work out with you. They can be doing more or less than you, but they're there with you, motivating you, and you're motivating them. So you want to plan your workouts with other people. So that's a really, really, really great point right there. Do workouts with other people. Now this one is really important, and this is how you eat. You have to change your mindset. This is why we don't use weight as a goal. We have to change our mindset. We have to change it to food as fuel, and never, ever, ever one of these fancy diets. Now, keto works great to kickstart some weight loss, but it's not sustainable unless you do it dead right. Low carb, high fat, all these different diets out there. You see them. They come, they go. They come, they go. They come, they go. Because they don't work. You end up in a yo-yo situation. You diet, you lose the weight, you hit that weight goal that you had set. I'm going to lose 30 pounds and I'm going to eat like a rabbit, and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out every single day. And yeah, you're going to start to lose weight, but you're going to get weak. You're not going to feel good. You're going to lose weight and then plateau. These things are going to happen because your body is going to panic. If you take away too many calories and burn too many calories, your body's going to panic and start storing calories and not deliver them to your muscles. You're going to end up with delayed onset muscle soreness. You're going to end up with weakness. You're going to end up tired all the time. You're going to end up irritable. and you're not going to want to keep doing what you're doing. There's a reason why you never see a NASCAR cup racing car pull up to the tanks at Wawa or whatever your local gas station is and pump 87 octane into their car. And there's that same reason is why you will never see a race winner pull up to a drive-up window and get their food. If you're getting your food through a drive-up window, you're not getting anything nutritious. Even the salads are loaded with the dressings that are high in calories. Guys, if it can come through a window, if it's delivered to you through a window, it is not healthy in any way, shape, or form. You want to develop a plan where you're eating healthy. I'm not a nutritionist. I can't give you a plan on exactly what to eat. I can give you advice on what to eat. But that you can learn that there's many people on the internet who can teach you how to, as an athlete, how to eat correctly and give you some really, really great recipes. If you go to my website, jscoachingsystems.com, there's 8 or 10 recipes there that you can jump on board with and make good quality food at a reasonable price that really tastes good. Yes, it can happen. It can be healthy and taste good. Let's see if we've got any more comments. We're good there right now. I want to thank everybody who's on board right now. Now, here is the next step, and this is my final step. Step number 12 is build a workout schedule and stick to it. Write it down on a calendar. Make it a schedule, just like you would schedule school, just like you'd schedule work, just like you'd schedule picking the kids up from soccer practice. It is something that you have to schedule into your day, and other people need to honor that schedule. You cannot have someone saying, no, you don't need to go to the gym tonight. You got to stay home and do this and this and this. No, you have to build a schedule that fits into your lifestyle and is sustainable. Now, if you're having a problem with that, if you could have no idea how to build a schedule, you have no idea what kind of workouts you're going to do, you have no idea how to get this done, that's where someone like myself comes in. jscoachingsystems.com offers, and scrolling across the bottom, jscoachingsystems1@gmail.com. Email me there and tell me that you're interested in purchasing one of my 10-week for $10 training plans. I have them for I'm specifically writing one just for you guys who have New Year's resolutions, who are starting out from scratch, who have that person who is no longer in existence that you were in the past, but you want to get back to a person that can do those type of things. I have a training plan that can help you. Or if you're interested in a sprint triathlon and you want to get that done, I do have 10 for $10 sprint triathlon training plans. So jscoachingsystems1@gmail.com. I'm going to get you that 10 for $10 training program. And how it works is I open a free Training Peaks account for you. Now, you will get your training plan will start on the day that you set for it, January 1st. We will put that training plan. It will load 10 weeks worth of workouts doing everything that we see here. It'll keep the log for you. It'll tell you when to walk, run. It will allow for recovery. It will, let's see what else we got on here that it does. It will be specific in your goal for each individual training session. It starts you off slowly. It builds your confidence. It gives you instructions on what exercises to do, how to do them. It will consistently be building as time goes more and more and more videos in there on different exercises that you can do. And you can stay on board my YouTube channel, Triathlon Tips with Coach John, and I will be bringing updates all the time on things triathlon, running, swimming, biking, and gym related that'll help you once the 10 weeks is over. And I do offer online coaching and locally in-person coaching to help you to meet your goals. My goal is to help as many of you reach your goal and be injury-free as possible and ready to hit that goal at the end of your training period. So if you've gotten value out of this training, out of this this list of training, I got to drink something. It's going bad here. If you want to know more about it, make sure you go down below, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching on the replay, jump down below, give me a comment about what you want to do. You can put your email in there for me to give you a 10 for $10 training plans, or you can just shoot it over to me at jscoachingsystems1 at gmail.com. Hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, share this out with a friend who might have a New Year's resolution, who might need this. Hey, this is Coach John. Boom, I'm out.